So the other day, I found out that there's a website that tracks the most popular Twitch clips in the history of Magic. If you don't know what a Twitch clip is, essentially when someone's streaming on Twitch and something wonderful or funny or horrible happens, their viewers can create a clip, a 60-second or less snippet of the video to save forever and immortalize that moment. So I thought it might be fun for us to watch together the greatest, most viewed, most popular, most hilarious, most horrible clips in the history of Magic the Gathering. Well, clip number 1, the most popular Magic clip, literally of all time, Rich opening a Black Lotus on stream.
I knew that
Oh,
too.
LSP and Gavin.
But I want to
And
see
Rich.
if
I
I
love
can
Rich.
open a Black
I
Lotus
miss old
live
Magic-
on the stream. I was
Magic
going to save
coverage.
this
New
for
coverage
later in the
good too,
day, but
right?
we've got a moment now, so let's try this. Send me all your good wishes because I'm never going to have the chance to do this again.
So this has to be Vegas 2018, I think. I don't know if you remember. So there was a Vegas where they had a beta draft. And the idea was you could win a qualifier. If you won a qualifier, you would get to play in this beta draft, which was literally beta packs that Wizards found in their, I don't know, closet somewhere or something, which is incredibly expensive. Like the price of a beta booster pack is off the charts. And you got to keep all the cards that you open. So you had a chance to actually open like a beta Black Lotus, a beta Power 9. So I imagine this was like promotion for the beta draft that they were going to do later. I don't remember watching this because I was actually at Vegas.
All I
so
want
Vegas.
is a Black
Did they
Lotus.
let Rich open a beta booster?
Here we
pack?
go.
That's so much money.
Black
for a Magic
Lotus
stream.
live on the stream.
What?
It is! Look! It is! It's a Black Lotus! It's a 2014 Lotus Exceed!
I don't. Knocking stuff off the.
I've done it! I've done it! It's a Black Lotus! Yes!
I don't
yes!
even know.
Oh my
I don't even know
God!
what the best part of the joke is absolutely. The joke is horrible. I don't even know what a Black Lotus is. Gabby is kind of cracking up at the cringiness of it. The best part of this, what makes this entire clip for me, is LSV's face. Let's go back a little. Just watch LSV. Don't even pay attention to Rich. Don't pay attention to Rich at all. Just look at LSV's face.
Here we go. Black Lotus live on the stream. It is! Look! It is! It's a Black Lotus! It's a 2014 Lotus Exceed! Oh, I've done it!
It's like he
I've done
knows
it!
it's the
It's
worst
a
joke
Black
ever.
Lotus! Yes!
And he doesn't want to be there.
Oh my God!
He doesn't.
I'm going to open it, Gabby. Look, I'm going to open it right here.
He doesn't move.
0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds.
Oh.
Look at that.
Okay,
Look at that.
well.
See? Louise, it's Black Lotus. It's Black Lotus. I've done it.
that half smile, like, Rich, leave me alone. Oh my God. Well, there we have it. The literal most popular Magic clip of all time is that LSV staring grimly into space as Rich opens a Black Lotus. Want a Black Lotus of your own? Well, you can snag one from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. Clip number 2. What's the deal with Oko? I think I remember this one.
Here, let's just get it out of the way.
Get out of the way, Honk.
Somebody's gonna ask,
Come on, Gian.
Hey, what's the deal with Oko? Why? What
What's the
happened
deal with Oko?
What are your thoughts on Oko?
This is an infamous clip. This clip will go down in the history of Magic and the Fire Design era as the clip that just cooked Wizards. Like, seriously, if you didn't live through Oko, they printed Oko. We had Pro Tour Oko, it was in 72% of decks, 70-something% of decks. Like, literally the most played card in the history of a Pro Tour. Like, it broke everything in every format. And then they did this stream, and they're going to ask us about Oko. What's the deal with Oko? And then their answer is like, well, we didn't really test it. Yeah, you can actually use it on your opponent's things. Why didn't we think of that?
So Oko had a goal to be a strong card in Standard,
Oh,
but
you want it to
we
be good?
did underestimate how strong the +1 is on as a defensive ability to like remove other creatures and artifacts.
We underestimated. We underestimated how strong it would be to elk your opponent's stuff. We played Oko and I was just like +2, make a food. renewed, +1 the next turn, make it a 3/3. That seemed pretty fair. It seemed like a fair standard card. Also funny that they said it was designed to be a strong planeswalker in standard, when literally there's the infamous clip of like Black Lotus being turned into an elk and winning again. Like, it broke every format.
So Oko is stronger than we thought it would be, and we are monitoring the format to see, you know, how things are gonna shake up after the MC, looking at data and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so this was before the Mythic Championship, and that was Mythic Championship Oko, where it was 70% of decks, and then the Emergency Bandit, and wow, what a disastrous.
We know it is very strong.
Yeah. Oh, do you? Do you know what's very strong? Do you know what's very strong, Melissa? This was a disastrous era of Standard. If you talk to Krim, the Asian Avenger, one of Standard's biggest supporters, Krim, he has very high tolerance for bad standards. There's standards where I'm like, I hate this format. And Krim's like, oh, this format's great. He has very high tolerance. The Eldorade standard was a format that almost made Krim quit standard. And if you know what's going to make Krim quit, you know it's bad. Because like I said, Krim has incredibly high tolerance. Yeah, this one goes down in history as one of the just worst design mistakes. In their defense, they did ban it relatively quickly, but they kind of had to because it really destroyed the game. Deck check. All right, clip number 3, deck check.
Sorry, I have to interrupt this broadcast. I've been handed a sheet of paper which I have read once,
so
I'm
Rich
going to read
again.
it to you word for word. During a deck
Mythic
check in
Championship
round
2.
15 at Mythic Championship 2, the judge staff noticed an issue with Yuuya Watanabe's deck. Where
this was heartbreaking. Yuuya was one of my favorite players. I loved Yuuya. World champion, like best player in the world. So good. So incredibly good. Hall of Famer. And it broke my heart because, I mean, we'll watch the rest of the clip and then talk about it.
Urza's power plants were marked in a specific way. 3 Urza's mines and 1 Urza's tower had a different marking, and 3 Urza's towers and 1 Urza's mine also had a different marking. No other cards in the deck nor sideboard had any of these marks. The judge staff determined that the odds of this happening by accident were close to non-existent and disqualified Watanabe from the event. This infraction will be further investigated by the MPL, according to Wizards of the Coast representatives. So,
as I said before, this was a really sad day because I loved Yuuya, and Yuuya getting caught cheating. And then, like I said, he was a Hall of Famer. He was Player of the Year, like he was one of the best players in the world for a long period of time. When Yuuya got caught cheating, that was the one thing that kind of made me question to some extent pro Magic. There's all these conspiracy theories out there. You hear people say, everyone does. I think Vince did a video with Confessions of a Cheater or whatever not that long ago, Pleasant Kenobi, talking about like how everyone does it, and if you're not cheating, you're not actually trying. And whenever I hear people say that, oh, everyone cheats with pros are all just cheaters, I'm always like, that's a conspiracy theory. I don't believe that. But when Yuuya got caught, that actually made me think, man, if Yuuya is cheating, literally anyone could be cheating. He wasn't one of those people. You have people that are like pros that are constantly kind of on the radar, and you hear the rumors about, oh, they're kind of sketchy, or like they're rules lawyering, they're, probably cheating, but no one can catch them. You hear people like that. Yuuya was not someone I heard those rumblings about. He was like so respected. And then the story got even crazier, right? Because so Yuuya gets caught. His Tron lands in his deck have the marked sleeves, where he uses a fingernail or something to mark the Tron lands. So you could tell the Tron lands from the non-land cards, which in Tron, pretty beneficial, right? To know where the Tron lands are in your deck, because your deck is so about getting those 3 different Tron lands on the battlefield. So he gets caught, gets kicked out of the tournament, but then they determine straight up cheating. He gets kicked out of the Hall of Fame. He gets suspended. As far as I know, Yuuya has not played Magic since this, or at least not tournament Magic. Like, hasn't come back or tried to make a comeback. Definitely one of the more shocking and sadder days in tournament Magic, because, like I said, if Yuuya, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players in the world, been doing it for 20 years or something, was actually cheating the whole time, it wouldn't surprise me if literally any person was caught a cheater at that point, because Yuuya is just one of those people you didn't think it would be him. All right, Jed baited. Oh, this is I remember this one. This is a classic. So to set the stage for this, before we get into the clip, This is top 8 of a Pro Tour. Jeremy Desani versus LSV. LSV is on the right, Desani on the left. The game's close to coming to an end. Both players at 7. Desani's trying to figure out how to attack into LSV's board without dying on the backswing. Notable, LSV in his lands down there, the one land kind of setting by itself, is in Adanto, which you can tap and pay 3 mana to make a 1/1 token. Important to how this story plays out, but just keep an eye on LSV as Jeremy Desani tries to figure out his attacks. LSV.
Now Jeremy's going to
grabs
take
a lifelink token for Adanto. Okay, yeah. I'm going to make this token.
Oh man,
from the pile.
That is the pen.
And then Desani picks up on it. You hear Reduke. You hear Reduke say, that is the pen trick at its most elite form. That is an infamous old pro Magic trick where you would do it as a bluff to try to get your opponent to attack the way you wanted them to. What you would do is, when your opponent was trying to figure out their attacks, you'd reach over and pick up your pen like you're about to change your life total, which would send a message to your opponent that I'm not blocking, I don't have anything, you're safe to attack. And then once your opponent does their attacks, you throw away the pen and, blow them out with some trick or something. Actually, a very debatable play. Some people think it's pretty scummy. I'm curious what your opinion on it is, but that is the pen trick that Reduke is calling out.
The pile.
That is the pen trick at its most elite form.
And he even gets Desani to snag the token.
And says, what happens if you make the token?
And do the math.
Can Luis lure Jeremy Desani into the full attack here and get him with Settle the Wreckage?
So, attacks with everything.
And there it is, Settle the Wreckage from Luis Vargas, and he wins 3 games to...
Oh, so good. So as I said before, some people don't really like this play. They think it's kind of scummy. I think it's pretty fair and pretty hilarious. I will say, I think it's likely that Desani was going to swing out there anyway. I don't know if he really had another option than just to swing out. So I'm not sure that the token actually really led to him swinging out, but it did lead to a great Twitch clip. And I gotta say, I love just how casually LSV flips the settle on the table. Once the attacks are declared, token goes away. Just flip it. Just flip it up.
And get him with Settle the Wreckage.
Token gone and flip.
And there it is, Settle the Wreckage from Luis
GG, and on to the next round.
Games
So good. So good. Ooh, what is this? Some moto action. Opponent falls asleep. No idea who this person is. Never seen him before. Okay, so they're looking up their opponent to see if they're streaming. And
it's this guy, right?
They find their opponent playing Legacy. That is the perfect reaction, because that's my reaction. No, the opponent's asleep. He's asleep. Wait, did his opponent fall asleep mid-storm combo? How tired do you have to be to pass out with a Cabal ritual on the stack? Oh, that's so good. I've never usually when someone's taking a long time on Moto or Arena, I try to be kind of charitable, right? And think, well, maybe they had an emergency, had to do something with their kid, run to the bathroom or something. Instead of thinking, oh, they're being a jerk. I never thought maybe they just passed out in the middle of our game, but apparently I'm going to have to start thinking that way. What are the chances? What are the chances that they're both streaming? Like, what are the chances that this dude is streaming? His opponent starts slow playing and not doing anything, looks it up on Twitch, and his opponent's also streaming. And remember, this is Legacy, not one of the more popular formats. So the odds of 2 people streaming Legacy at the same time and falling asleep during the middle of match, that's that is so good. That is so incredibly good. What do you do in that scenario? Just wait? Just wait for him to wake back up? Like what? I mean, on Moto, after 5 minutes, you time out and your opponent wins. So I guess it better be a short nap, or else, you're gonna lose. Falling asleep mid-storm. That is amazing. Magic player has seizure during a tournament.
it's kind of redundant that you're not going to get a whole lot by taking one of them. So he might choose to take something else.
Stowe
exactly
and
what he did,
Kai.
Paul. He took
Okay,
the
greatest player of all time on the top.
Stave off the blowout potential of that card.
Jeez.
And look at this. Show's getting into it.
What is he listening to?
No, it is not funny. Not funny at all. He's having a seizure. The commentary reaction though from Marshall and Shiad, like he's what's he listening to? He's really. I think they think he's like headbanging with the headphones to his song.
Into it.
What is he listening to? What's even happening?
No, that's you see. Kai knows something. Kai looking over. Kai's looking over like what is going on? Like actually concerned.
Show's getting into it.
What is he listening to? What's even happening back there?
Wow. Yeah, that's scary.
Hopefully he's okay there. He does look like he's feeling quite a bit of stress at the moment.
Okay, I think it looks like he ends up being okay. Wow.
I can't blame him for that. We're under the hot.
I don't remember seeing that live.
Playing one of the best players ever to play our game.
Is he still? Wow.
But I'm hoping he's okay there.
It's still.
Like he's struggling a bit.
Oh, jeez. I wonder how this match ended. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Well, he's okay. He's still playing. Wow. Wow, that's a new one. Yeah. I mean, hopefully Stowe's doing all right. That one's actually kind of scary. Shi Tian.
This is one of the most unusual matchups we've seen yet in terms of deck lists. But in terms of the caliber of players,
so this one
higher. 2 Hall of Famers, 2 MPL division winners. The first one piloting the Mono Red Cavalcade from Hong Kong. Let's welcome Shi Tian.
I have a lot of respect for Shi Tian. A lot of respect. So not only is Shi Tian a great Magic player, builds great decks, great player. This was during a very controversial time in the gaming world. So this was Mythic Championship or Mythic Invitational, one or the other, but one of those tournaments. This was during the big Hong Kong protests that were happening at the time. And this was also at the time where Hearthstone had banned some players for supporting Hong Kong, or on their stream, I don't remember the details of the Hearthstone situation. Someone in chat I'm sure is going to know, and you can let me know, leave it in the comments. But there were some Hearthstone issues with a player that was doing something on stream that was pro-Taiwan, and these companies are always very worried about China and how they're going to view them, and can they sell their products. So it's always a big issue. So there's a big question as to what would happen with Shi Tian when he came to this tournament. And he rolled up and just straight up showed his support for his protests in his country. And I have a lot of respect for that. And I don't believe anything happened to him. I'm pretty sure at the end of all this, Wizards learned from her. Actually, we got another one. Shi Tian's top 8 of the Mythic Championship.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Mythic Championship 5.
So proud to have made it to the top 8. My heart is pounding for you.
Made it to the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, life has been very tough in my hometown in Hong Kong.
Absolutely. It's so great to see you have this. Moving on to Sunday. It's so exciting. Tell me about that that last win. I mean, you just had so much damage in that last turn there.
Yeah, I mean, the Carver Clay and all the token generator like the Warboss and the Tip-Bow is just great. And then he cannot kill my Steam King. And now everything just swing as a free man. It feels so good to play as a free man.
Oh, wow. You must be.
Oh, yeah. So that's the end, I think, of the same story, right? He rolls up, supports Hong Kong, supports the protests, and then manages to make the top 8, and then very you can see the emotion.
Feeling so proud to have made it to the top 8. My heart is pounding for you.
You can see the emotion on Lee's face.
Yeah, I mean, life has been very tough in my hometown in Hong Kong.
Yeah, lots of respect for Lee for standing up for what's right and for what he believes in, even in a time when it wasn't that easy to do. And also, I should say, props to Wizards for learning from Hearthstone's mistakes and not just banning him or doing something crazy, which, oh boy, the reaction would have been hugely negative for the community. So I think they definitely made the right choice to let Lee do his thing. That camera work.
The latter route, because he has no other creature
Whoa.
that can block.
Let's take a little zoom in here at the board state for.
This is the most Magic-y top click of all time. Magic has such a reputation of having kind of janky coverage that it's hilarious to me that
because
this zoom
has no other creature that can block.
Let's take a little zoom in here at the board state for.
This little zoom in here at the board state. Literally one of the 10 most watched Magic clips in the history of the entire game.
Marcio Carvalho, you can see.
I mean, it does look good, and it is an upgrade.
Probably
This was
lead to the victory
this was
here
during
in
the.
game number 2.
This was during the era when Wizards, they really wanted to be an esport, right? They really wanted to be an esport. So for a brief, top 5 esport even. So for a brief moment, they actually poured a ton of resources into coverage. We saw that with some of the Mythic Invitational clips. We saw with like Shi Tian, where they got all these visuals and this huge set design. And one of those improvements was you could zoom the camera on the battlefield. So, well done, Wizards. You did it. Welcome to 2018. Twitch revoking sponsored stream something.
Twitch detected a copyright infringement on a VOD. So they deleted the VOD. They didn't run it by me, they just deleted the VOD. It's gone.
Yes. I mean,
I had a sponsored thing in that stream, and through their system, it wants the VOD to be there. They have essentially taken away my monies.
Oh, that does suck.
Yeah.
So I have. Okay, so
I can't speak about it very well right now. I'm like just too upset.
Okay, so how this works is they have sponsored opportunities on Twitch. I'm assuming it was like a bounty. There, it could be like a direct sponsorship too, but they have these bounties on Twitch where if you are a partner Twitch streamer, you can accept the bounty, and it'll be like, watch this 2-minute video or play this game for a half hour. And if you do that and have a certain amount of viewers, they'll pay you some amount of money for it. But the people paying for the sponsorship require that you leave the stream up, not only so people can see the VOD, but also probably for proof that you did it. So you have to leave the VOD up. So what's happened to Amy here is got a DCMA copyright notice or takedown of one of the streams that happened to have one of those sponsored segments in it. Since that stream is no longer up, lose all the sponsorship money. That part does suck. Although I will say, if you ever go to the stream, there is a reason that we stream without music, which is if you go back to the earliest days of streaming, I love music. Music is like my thing. It makes me so sad that I can't stream with music. But if you go back to the earliest streams, used to stream with music and kept getting copyright issues. Plus, I'm going to upload the streams on YouTube, so I'd have issues up there with the copyright. So eventually we just decided we're just not going to stream with music. So if you're thinking of getting into streaming, you're worried about this, the solution is to not have music on your stream. Still, definitely a bummer to lose money to that. And I should also say the whole copyright system is an absolute mess. Like, it should not be like this. In this insane world, you'd want people to play music on their streams, give the artist some cut like you do off Spotify or whatever, pay them a few cents, like, and they are getting promoted on the stream. I would promote so many artists I liked if I could play the music on the stream without worrying about copyright thing, and I think it would benefit everyone. They'd get some kickback money, they'd get promotion, I'd get music on my stream. So the fact that this situation makes sense doesn't mean that it's right, because the whole copyright system when it comes to music on the internet is literally the worst thing I've ever had to deal with. It is so bad. Javier Dominguez wins the world championship.
That Dominguez can't empty his hand.
Dominguez just really wants a red action. Here. So now he can double activate.
He can kill him, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's gonna. Well, I guess he's just gonna play the Goblin Chain Whirler.
Yeah, which would put him down to 9. Discard a card, put him down to 7.
Do a little discarding.
You can just throw him with Hazoret there, but
the Rekindling Phoenix.
He's getting in. He's putting Gregor Kowalski.
Is he down to 2?
And
well, maybe
down
the numbers are
3. And that's going to do it.
Game.
Sweet redemption for Javier Dominguez. He lost last year. He came back all the way to the finals, and he is your world champion.
That's gotta feel so good after losing the year.
Dominguez.
Javier looks like he can't believe it. He looks like he can't believe it. Definitely deserved one of the great players of the modern era.
What a fantastic moment.
And now, because he won the world championship, he's on a card. And fittingly, not only is he on a card, he's on a red 1-drop that he probably would have played in his world championship deck. A Fervent Champion ended up getting himself on Fervent Champion for winning this Worlds. Caught cheating. Okay. Time for a good cut. Let's see if we can catch it. So this is like a LGS stream or something. So where's the cheating? So it looks like the player on the right's on Dredge. The player on the left is that a search for his Kanta? Well, this was a while ago. Can we see the cheat? Wait. Okay, we gotta watch. So okay. So obviously, I think the cheat's gonna be the person on the right because the person on the left isn't doing anything. So let's watch this Dredge player a little more closely, see if we can catch this. So plays the search for his Kanta, passes, cracks the fetch. Whoa! Oh, I saw it. Did you see it? Yeah. Oh, that's so blatant. Well, we paused at the perfect time. Okay, here it is. So, end of turn, has the Wooded Foothills. Opponent passes, cracks the Wooded Foothills. Watch what he does. Puts the Wooded Foothills in the graveyard, but then, as he's writing down the life total, opponent looks away. Right there, snags the Stomping Grounds from his graveyard. They got dredged into the graveyard. Puts it back on the bottom of his deck, and I'm like, oh look, I found a Stomping Grounds. Imagine that. Where did that Stomping Grounds come from? So this is, that is as blatantly cheating as cheating can be. Like, that is very illegal. I imagine that the issue was there was only one Stomping Grounds in the deck, and they really needed the Stomping Grounds, but they milled it over, so they didn't have another option, so they decided to cheat instead. But yeah, I could see missing that. I'm glad that this was on stream, wherever this is from, Wizard's Tower, apparently. I'm glad it was on stream, because it shows you how easy it would be to get away with this, especially playing against, look at the opponent's perspective. They're changing their life total. They play their search for his Kanta. There's this full graveyard already. I wouldn't be tracking, is there a Stomping Grounds in your graveyard? How many Stomping Grounds are in the deck? Like, that's not a realistic thing to track. And you can see, manages to do it right as the opponent turns the head. The opponent turns to presumably write down the life total change from cracking the fetch land. The player takes advantage of that window to do some pretty hardcore cheating. Well, yeah, glad they got caught. Hope they got banned. That is some pretty bad cheating. Pretty bad. Hollow 4. Oh, I've seen this before. This is so good. This is so good. It's so good.
I think
I love Hollywood. I love Hollywood.
I want the Gurmag.
One Hollow, one in hand. Cathartic Reunion. Discard, draw 3.
I'm guessing you don't want a mountain in this.
Oh my god. 2 more Hollow ones. 2 more Hollow ones.
Come on, baby, be on top!
And a Street Wraith. Cycle it.
Oh, yeah!
The reaction is so good. The reaction is so incredibly good.
That was pretty great.
So that's Matt Nas playing. I believe it's Andrew Beckstrom in the back there.
Yeah.
The odds of that are incredibly low. The odds of having the top 3 cards of your library, or 3 out of the 4 be the same cards, is so incredibly low. The odds of finding 4 Hollow ones in your top few cards,
come on, baby,
so
be on
incredibly
top!
low.
Come on! Oh, yeah! We did it!
The odds are so low. Starts pounding. It's deserving of that reaction because the odds are so incredibly low. And then
someone might want to clip BK losing his shit.
I imagine
that was pretty great.
I imagine that
yeah, that needs a Twitch clip. Can someone clip that?
I imagine they're probably gonna win that game.
I think who is an honorary.
I think Matt Nas is probably favored now. That's not even Tron. I don't even have a word. Anything that comes in 3 is Tron. What is something that you come in 4 called in Magic? We don't even have a name for that. That's how impressive the 4 Hollowoods is. Dana Fischer becomes the youngest person to make day 2 of a JP.
Dana knows what's going on. She knows what's about to happen.
Dana, it's so cool. So cool to see someone so young. This was, let me see when this clip was from. When was this clip? 2019. So 5 years ago. I don't remember Dana's age at the time. I want to say she was like 7 or 8. Like, she was young. This wasn't like, 16 young. This was like little kid young, essentially. And being able to play a game as complicated as Magic.
She's getting so excited.
Well
Dana
enough
knows what's going on.
to make the top 8 of a GP. When you're that age, it's incredible.
She's going to lead off with Elvish
and you see how
color, which
she's even dressed like an elf, I'm pretty sure. She always wears a cosplay.
And here it is.
And she looks so
excited.
It's
2, 4, 6, 7. You go down to 2, and she knows what to do
swing
with
it
the rest.
in.
And Dana Fischer
makes
day 2.
Day 2. Big hug from her dad. That is what Magic is all about, right? That is, for me, that is exactly what Magic is about. You have, a grinder versus a little kid, everyone having fun, everyone having a good time. Magic, it really is for everyone, and it's just great to see that. When I think of the average tournament Magic player, it's like a 30-year-old guy, a college kid or something. So awesome to see Dana having success, and Dana's still having success, still grinding tournaments, and getting better and better too. So yeah, I imagine that someday, being that good, that young, I would not be at all surprised to see Dana Fischer winning a Pro Tour or something like that in the future. I think it's very, very possible. What?
Guaranteed to have relevant threats for basically the rest of the game, or the rest of this game. And
Jerry T.
Wyatt primarily wins this
versus
matchup now
Wyatt Derby
is by stringing together 3/3 damage burn spells in a row, because now creature combat is not really going to be his way to try to win this game.
This is it's so bad.
The game has gone to time.
Okay.
And Wyatt Derby walks off for the victory.
Okay, we gotta stop right here, because this is the worst. So they launch Arena. We're gonna be a top 5 esport. Their CEO literally going out and saying, top 5 esport. We're gonna be a top 5 esport. So they start doing these big tournaments. The thing is, Wizards, they want to be a top 5 esport, but they do not want to put top 5 esports money into their game, or even top 100 esports money into their game. So their game doesn't have any system of a clock. So in this tournament, you're playing untimed challenge matches on Magic Arena, just like you would challenge your friend to a casual game. There's no clock on these matches, so someone off screen is keeping track of the time, and if you run out of time, they come over and, as they do to Jerry T here, tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you timed out, scoop. And this is like... This is like at the end of a 3-game match with the game like coming to a conclusion in a couple of turns. I'm sure if Jerry T knew they was running out of time and it was like a publicly available thing, probably would have played a little faster to make sure that didn't happen so you could finish the match. Absolutely hilariously bad. So like it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Wizards' refusal to put a tournament mode on Arena to support anything like that. Why at the same time trying to make a top 5 esports, it's mind-blowing. It's ridiculous.
Derby walks off for the victory.
Oh, wow. Okay, and that is a result of that first game taking so long.
The first game took so long.
That's the risk bringing a control deck.
That's the risk of bringing a control. No, it doesn't have anything to do with the control deck. It's not about the decks. It's about Wizards not being able to actually manage their game. Also, at the same time, these were the tournaments. If you go back and look at like the Twitch stats, these were the tournaments that would get like 200,000 views because they were like embedding the stream on all these random non-Magic related websites. And they would play while off screen to inflate the view numbers to look like the stream was like getting tons of views. So it was essentially like, I don't know, the equivalent of buying views or buying followers, or at least that's what it looked like from the outside. It was a fake it till you make it thing. That was literally what Wizards was doing during this era. Is we're gonna be a top 5 esport. Instead of making a really good game that people are gonna want to play and turn into a top 5 esport that way, we're just gonna fake it. We'll just embed the stream everywhere so the views look high. We'll have someone, look at the guy. Look, he's literally resetting his watch. He is resetting his watch. The judge is watching the table for the next match, presumably. Like, that's how they were keeping time of this match with 200,000 viewers, quote unquote, with $1 million prize pool or whatever. It's mind blowing.
Right. And of course, we have rules in place. Once it goes to time, the winner of the match is the person who has the higher life.
The highest life total win. They made up rules for this. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, more cheating. We need some.
We literally die when it comes into play here because of the board. But it's like a nice bullet for Fauna Shaman.
Yeah. This seems fishy.
I think I would love to go through Fabrizio's deck to just see like what outs he has or what he can do.
Gotta watch for it. Gotta watch for the cheating.
Yeah, I would like to see that as well.
Where is
so
the
Canker
cheating?
Abomination would enter as a, well, exactly a 0/0.
Yep. Not very attractive as 1/1.
Wait, okay. Okay, we got to watch this carefully because I don't even know what we're looking for there because I didn't know. Let's try this again. What is the fishiness? All right, so picks up the deck. It's got to be it's always a player on the right. Have you noticed that? Every time we get a cheater, it's a player on the right. So if you ever watch a Magic stream, keep an eye on whoever's sitting on the right. Apparently that's a
really die when it comes to play here because of the board. But it's like
so scrolling through the cards. I don't even know what are they playing? Is this modern?
Nice bullet for Fauna Shaman.
Yeah.
At least I would love to go through Fabrizio's deck to just see like what outs he has or what he can do.
Reaches. Oh.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Oh, there. Oh, there it is. There it is. So that, I mean, that looked pretty cheaty. Okay, we
literally
so
die
scroll
when it
through
comes
their
to play here
graveyard.
because of the board.
And I think right there, as they scroll through their graveyard, I believe they see that the bottom card of their deck is a forest. That's my guess here. This is the least charitable.
But it's like a nice bullet
so you see
for
the bottom
Fauna
card of the forest,
Shaman.
they put their deck back.
At least I would love to go through
They look at their
Fabrizio's
cards
deck
again
to
for a
just see like
second.
what outs he has.
And they're like, wait. I'm going to pick up my graveyard again
What
for
he can
some
do.
reason. Oops. I didn't actually reach down long enough to grab the bottom card. How unfortunate of me. Now this random forest fell kind of near my mana base.
Yeah, I would like to see
And,
that
all
as
right,
well.
we'll just pile that up with the rest of with the rest of our lands.
So
And
Canker Abomination would.
no one noticed. No one noticed on the stream. I will say it does say time walk at the top, so they couldn't have stopped this live anyway. I'm actually very curious. Oh boy, I was gonna say I could imagine it not being cheating. Is there any way that could happen by accident? Could you accidentally?
Like a nice bullet for Fauna Shaman. At least I would love
drop a
to
land
go
from
through
your
Fabrizio's deck to just see like what outs he has.
Think it was
what he
part
can
of your
do.
mana base.
Yeah, I would like to see that as well.
The opponent's doesn't seem to be looking away. They just watch the whole thing. Could you do that on accident? I guess you could, right? It would be possible to do on accident. I don't know. I wish I could see more of this play. I was gonna say, what are they using the mana on? Like they already have like 8 mana or 9 mana. They already have a lot of mana. Does the cheat do much for them here, getting an extra land on the battlefield? Ben S uses first strike against his opponent.
We could block the invader if we let them bounce.
If you don't know Ben Stark,
we can helix.
Ben Stark might be the best limited player, one of the best limited players of at least the modern era of Magic. He is really, really good at limited. And just listen to him explain his thought process. I think that's what impresses me the most about this clip. Just listen to Ben go through every single possibility before eventually landing on a line.
What we want to do, we could block the invader if we let them bounce.
Would you have come up with it?
We can helix. We can do first strike damage and then
First
pump
strike.
our burning profit. So if they don't have anything, that's our best play. So we block here. We'll let the 2 points of first strike
that's so
happen.
good.
Then we can pyro helix
That's
the stinger.
so good.
And our burning profit will grow before regular damage, and it's too late for them to sacrifice to the invader because it already did its damage. So this will get us the 2-for-1.
This just shows how good of a Magic player and limited player Ben is. This is a game of limited, 19 to 20, not a very impactful turn. It's an attack for 2. You already have 1 clean block. Like it's a pretty simple, easy turn. It's not like the game's about to end. I got to think about this really hard. And Ben just, out of habit, goes through every possibility and lands on this super counterintuitive line of, I'm going to block your first striker, which can sacrifice a creature to pump itself. I'm going to block your first striker, let the first strike damage resolve, and then after your first striker already dealt damage,
unless they have a pump spell,
then I can take,
even if they have a pump
kill your
spell,
other
our
creature,
profit
not
won't
take
die
damage,
because
and
the
I'm going
invader
to
already did its damage. So we're
my profit that has prowess, and then normal damage will resolve, and you'll kill the first striker. It is
actually using first strike against them here.
It is literally actually using first strike against them here. Like, first strike's supposed to be an all upside mechanic. The odds of it backfiring, so good. swept the board. The odds of it backfiring are so small. That is just really, really high level Magic. Really, oh man, Ben is a good limited player, that's for sure. Autumn wins.
Counterspell number 2 for Autumn Burchett, and
God.
England has a Mythic Championship winner, and it's Autumn Burchett.
Oh, the hug of the team and the friends.
Oh my goodness.
What a fantastic moment in the feature match area.
It is a fantastic moment in the feature match area.
Autumn is mobbed by their friends and supporters. Beautiful stuff.
We already saw Autumn's speech after winning. This was what led to it. Although I just wanna say, Mono Blue Curious Obsession. I kinda hate that deck. Huey earns a reward on Magic Arena. Oh, there's Huey.
This deck seems insane. It does seem good, but there's something you should be aware of, Knockout Pill. When a new format like this starts, why am I getting so many breath? I'm rich with Vraskas, okay?
I'm rich with Vraskas.
What is happening?
Vraska. Ah! It's still going.
Oh my gosh.
Best bug ever. Oh, not only is it all the same card, but it's okay. Uncommon Vraska. Like
start.
That is a good idea.
Hard.
Oh, come on, restart and get a Vraska. Come on. Oh, that'd be so good. Come on.
Look, I've got some Vraskis.
Yes, you do.
Trades.
You got some Vraskis.
Oh,
good old arena bugs. Good old arena bugs. All right, Magic got the malware.
Chief sees the War Chief
Mythic,
is going to give
Mythic
itself
Championship.
haste. That's 2/2.
Seth Manfield.
And if there was something else that made
Girls, oh no. I'd like to have sex with a stranger girls from Clarksville. Oh, well, all I can say, top 5 esport.
Maybe its cost gets reduced.
Top 5 esport, ladies and gentlemen.
Would be excellent.
Top 5 esport. Well, on that note, those are the most viewed Twitch clips in the history of Magic. I mean, there's many, many more that are less viewed. If you like it, let me know. Maybe we'll go further down the list. Which of these clips is your favorite? Did you catch any of them live? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of different style of video. And yeah, I'll be back with another one soon. Until then, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.